It decks me only to mock me, this jeweled chain of mine. It bruises me when on my neck. It strangles me when I struggle to tear it off. It grips my throat. It chokes my singing. Could I but offer it to your hand, my Lord, I would be saved. Take it from me, and in exchange bind me to you with a garland, for I am ashamed to stand before you with this jeweled chain on my neck. Far below flowed the Jumna, swift and clear. Above frowned the jutting bank. Hills dark with the woods and scarred with the torrents were gathered around. Govinda, the great Sikh teacher, sat on the rock reading scriptures. When Raghunath, his disciple, proud of his wealth, came and bowed to him and said, "I have brought my poor present unworthy of your acceptance." Thus saying, he displayed before the teacher a pair of golden bangles wrought with costly stones. The master took up one of them, twirling it round his finger, and the diamonds darted shafts of light. Suddenly, it slipped from his hand and rolled down the bank into the water. "Alas!" screamed Raghunath, and jumped into the stream. The teacher set his eyes upon his book, and the water held and hid what it stole and went its way. The daylight faded when Raghunath came back to the teacher, tired and dripping. He panted and said, "I can still get it back if you show me where it fell." The teacher took up the remaining bangle and, throwing it into the water, said, "It is there." To move is to meet you every moment, fellow traveler. It is to sing to the falling of your feet. He whom your breath touches does not glide by the shelter of the bank. He spreads a reckless sail to the wind and rides the turbulent water. He who throws his doors open and steps onward receives your greeting. He does not stay to count his gain or to mourn his loss. His heart beats the drum for his march, for that is to march with you every step, fellow traveler. My portion of the best in this world will come from your hands. Such was your promise. Therefore, your light glistens in my tears. I fear to be led by others, lest I miss you waiting in some road corner to be my guide. I walk my own willful way till my very folly tempts you to my door. For I have your promise that my portion of the best in this world will come from your hands. Your speech is simple, my master, but not theirs who talk of you. I understand the voice of your stars and the silence of your trees. I know that my heart would open like a flower, that my life has filled itself at a hidden fountain. Your songs, like birds from the lonely land of snow, are winging to build their nests in my heart against the warmth of its April, and I am content to wait for the merry season. They knew the way and went to seek you along the narrow lane, but I wandered abroad into the night, for I was ignorant. I was not schooled enough to be afraid of you in the dark. Therefore, I came upon your doorstep unaware. The wise rebuked me and bade me be gone, for I had not come by the lane. I turned away in doubt, but you held me fast, and their scolding became louder every day. I brought out my earthen lamp from my house and cried, "Come, children, I will light your path." The night was still dark when I returned, leaving the road to its silence, crying, "Light me, O fire, for my earthen lamp lies broken in the dust." It is not yours to open buds into blossoms. Shake the bud, strike it. It is beyond your power to make it blossom. Your touch soils it. You tear its petals to pieces and strew them in the dust. But no colors appear, and no perfume. It is not for you to open the bud into a blossom. He who can open the bud does it so simply. He gives it a glance, and the life sap stirs through its veins. At his breath, the flower spreads its wings and flutters in the wind. Colors flush out, and like heart longings, the perfume betrays a sweet secret. He who can open the bud does it so simply. Sudas, the gardener, plucked from his tank the last lotus left by the ravage of winter and went to sell it to the king at the palace gate. There he met a traveler who said to him, "Ask your price for the last lotus. I shall offer it to Lord Buddha." Sudas said, "If you pay 1 golden masha, it will be yours." The traveler paid it. At that moment, the king came out, and he wished to buy the flower, for he was on his way to see Lord Buddha, and he thought it would be a fine thing to lay at his feet the lotus that bloomed in winter. When the gardener said he had been offered a golden masha, the king offered him 10, but the traveler doubled the price. The gardener, being greedy, imagined a greater gain from him, for whose sake they were bidding. He bowed and said, "I cannot sell this lotus." In the hushed shade of the mango grove, beyond the city wall, Suda stood before Lord Buddha, on whose lips sat the silence of love, and whose eyes beamed peace like the morning star of the dew-washed autumn. Sudas looked in his face and put the lotus at his feet and bowed his head to the dust. Buddha smiled and asked, "What is your wish, my son?" Sudas cried, "The least touch of your feet." Make me thy poet, O night, veiled night. There are some who have sat speechless for ages in thy shadow. Let me utter their songs. Take me up on thy chariot without wheels, running noiselessly from world to world, thou queen in the palace of time, thou darkly beautiful. Many a questioning mind has stealthily entered thy courtyard and roamed through thy lampless house, seeking for answers. From many a heart, pierced with the arrow of joy from the hands of the unknown, have burst forth glad chants, shaking the darkness to its foundation. Those wakeful souls gaze in the starlight in wonder at the treasure they have suddenly found. Make me their poet, O night, the poet of thy fathomless silence.